hope you can stand it. Stand it. Oh, what I'm out here doing. You didn't preach at all. See, I'm full of the blues. Only wanted to. I know that you hurt, so I lied to you. So preach on, speak your word. I know that you hurt, so I lied to you.
Well, that was a pretty nice way to end.
Yeah, I mean, give it up for Raphael Sadiq, Miles Caden, Alice Smith, one more time. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What a wonderful way to end this show. I gather that you studied the history of the blues and took a trip down to Memphis with your father in preparation for this film. Can you tell us about that?
I mean, I known Ryan Coogler, the director and the writer of this movie, for about 15 years. And so when he told me he was writing a movie about a guitar player, I was very surprised and very excited. And one of the first things that we did together was to go to Mississippi, to go down to Delta, and I brought my dad along, and our music executive producer Serena Göransson came along as well. And it was just an incredible journey. And what we did was meeting some incredible musicians in Clarksdale and Memphis, like Kingfish, Eric Gales. Find the right people to work on this music with. And I mean, just to be able to work with Raphael Sadiq. I mean, I saw him 2001 in Sweden, in Stockholm. When I grew up, I was like 20 or something, and I saw him come out with a bass and like just kill it. And being able to work with him on this movie was incredible.
So on this trip, you're going to what, juke joints and bars, searching for the sort of soul of Robert Johnson, right?
Yeah, I mean, we went to Clarksdale because that's where the movie takes place, essentially, and going to some juke joints, and then we ended up at Royal Studios in Memphis, which is an incredible studio owned by Lawrence Bo Mitchell, and that's where we started having some incredible recording sessions with local musicians from Memphis.
Yeah, you mentioned your relationship with Ryan. You went to USC with him back in the day, and obviously scored his short film and worked on Fruitvale Station, Creed, and Black Panther. How do you guys work together these days?
I mean, it's very much like a family. I mean, we've known each other for so long, and for this one, Serena and I, we moved to set. So we moved to New Orleans. They were shooting in New Orleans for about 3 months, and we moved there with our family. Ryan moved there, and Zinzi moved there with their family, and we stay. I never been on set for more than like a day or 2 days at a time because I love it, but it's also very intense to be on set. They're shooting for 12 hours, and I feel like most of the times like I'm in the way. But in this movie, since I was also an executive producer, there's so much music in the film, so we just had to be part of the whole shoot because the actors were coming to the studio, learning how to play the songs. We were like figuring out what to do in every second, and then we would be on set for, they did 1 month of night shoots, which is like 12 hours in a swamp in New Orleans with like alligators and snakes, and it's so hot, so there's locusts, swarms of mosquitoes, and I'm there like waiting to shoot the Rocky Road to Dublin scene, waiting, and I find out that we're shooting that last at 4 a.m. in the morning. So I was like, so I'm just sitting there, okay.
Talking of Miles, who plays Sammy in this movie, he has a 1932 Dobro Cyclops resonator guitar. Is it right that quite a lot of the music for the score was written on a guitar like that?
It's that guitar.
It's that guitar.
I wrote the score, most of the score on this guitar. I bought it at Norman's Rare Guitars in LA, right before we shot the film, because the movie takes place in 1932, and this amazing dobro is from 1932. And it's just a beautiful guitar, and also Sammy's playing this in the movie, this actual guitar. So why wouldn't I just write the score on this as well, right?
Yeah. I thought you were going to give us another tune there, Ludwig.
Yeah, I'll do it. You want to hold the guitar,
Yeah.
Mike?
Wow. Wow.
So that thing that I just played is also the theme that we're using for the last song that we played. That where the amazing Alice Smith came out and sang. So that theme is kind of that melody is used under that song.
Yeah, we'll talk about that collaboration. But talking of beautiful guitars, I saw you there with an electric V. You strike me as a heavy metal kid. There's Lars Ulrich. I gather you collaborated, Metallica's drummer, and Alice in Chains' Jerry Cantrell. Two people I didn't expect to necessarily be involved in that. How did that come about?
Well, yeah, my dad is a guitar teacher. He was my guitar. He was my first guitar teacher, and he bought his first blues album in 1964. It was John Lee Hooker, and that album changed his life, and he became a blues guitar player. So when it was time for me to find my type of music, it was heavy metal because blues was my dad's thing, and I wanted to do my own thing, which is heavy metal. At that time, I didn't think about that. Without blues, there wouldn't be any heavy metal, right? And that's kind of also a little bit what the score is about. It's kind of like my personal journey in with my relationship with my dad, and so being able to working with Lars Ulrich and has always been on the list. So I know this was a perfect moment for that, and Jerry Cantrell, like I'm a huge fan, and but also Ryan Coogler is a huge fan of Alice in Chains. He was listening to a lot of them when he was writing the script. Yeah.
It's a great story. And then finally, talking of collaborators, you just had them on the stage. Talk about how you worked with Miles, Alice, and Raphael in this.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Miles, when he got cast in this movie, he could barely. I mean, he barely played guitar. He learned how to
Certainly can now.
Yeah, I mean, he learned how to play slide guitar, and that's not easy. The way what you see him play with a slide, like he learned to play that in solos in about 3 months. He had 3 months to prepare for that role, and his voice. I knew he could do it because when I heard his audition tape and what an incredible musician is, like I knew like he's a very like an amazing musician. He's been touring since he was 15 with the artist Her. So working very closely with him was just amazing. He's just such an incredible person, also a very, very hard worker and such a great human being to be around. And Raphael Sadiq, one of my idols, and also incredible songwriter. And when we did "I Lied to You" together, that was like the day before Serena and I moved to New Orleans. Like Raphael Sadiq came to my studio. We sat down, we talked about this movie, got on a FaceTime call with Ryan Coogler, and this song just came out of that session. And it was kind of scary because when we started recording the song on set, and I was thinking more about like the lyrics, like I lied to you, and someone please take me in your arms tonight, which is Sammy singing that basically. Remick is hearing that, and so it's like, but it was just amazing how those lyrics just matched the picture so much. And then Alice Smith, she was. I've been a fan of hers for a long time too. I was playing cover when I first moved to LA. I played in a cover band, and we played one of her songs. And I was like, I remember every time I played it in a cover band, we played at some funny LA place like the Mint and stuff, and we played that song. I think it was called Desert Song, and I was always like so surprised. It was always so difficult. It was a very difficult song. But then also Ryan Coogler played a lot of Alice Smith's music on set while they were shooting a lot of the intimate scenes. Ryan Coogler would put on Alice Smith's songs. So that was before we had collaborated with her on this song in the film. So when it became time to do the end credits, Ryan was like talking about the idea of having Miles and Alice Smith's voice together. How incredible that would sound, and you just heard it and saw it live, I think, for the first time, and I still have goosebumps thinking about it.
It's certainly a fantastic moment. As I said, a fantastic end to this. Ludwig Göransson, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.